finally back. And this video is about your partner's son in your third house. How does your partner's son in your third house affect you? Vice versa. Does you having your son in your partner's third house? How does that operate? How does that work? Okay, so this is pretty good in Synastry for the simple fact that you have open channels of communication. Okay. A lot of times your partner doesn't have to communicate certain things to you. You already have an understanding, a general overall understanding about each other's needs, especially each other's basic needs. Because remember, the moon in your partner's third house would be more intuitive. Your son in the partner's third house is like more the outer layers. It's like a general understanding. Someone has a particular thought process. I wouldn't say so much a philosophy, but perspective on a particular topic of such, various topic or topics. And usually the other one, it kind of sees things the same and shares the same perspective. And if they do not share the same perspective, they can naturally come to an understanding with their partner about why their partner has that perspective. Now, when I say in your partner's son in your third house, I mean conjunct. Your partner's son conjunct the same sign that's in your third house. Okay? Because I'll do the rest of the placements later. But yeah, so there is this general understanding, like you guys can share perspectives and you are able to communicate. The third house person is able to um, easily understand what the sun sign is trying to communicate. And the sun sign person finds this refreshing, especially like if they're a person to where they feel like other people don't understand their perspective or their thought process, the way that they think, and they have a hard time explaining themselves, or they find themselves having to explain themselves to people, or whatever the case may be. They don't feel like they have to do that too much with the third house person. Okay. And then with the third house person, they feel like the sun person lights up areas of darkness in their thought process and their minds. Like, let's say they have an idea, or they think it's easy for them to think about ideas and even often play out what they want to do, what their plans are, decisions they want to make in their head, but they don't really know how to build upon it or extend past the thought process. Like the sun person can help them organize their thoughts, like bring their thoughts to life or their ideas to life, change up their perspective. The sun person can really change the perspective of the third house person, because they're able to take the way that the third house person thinks and communicate to them, teach them other perspectives. So even if like the sun sign person comes from a different background than the third house person, the sun sign person could teach the third house person to open up their perspective about how they see a particular culture, a particular situation, the world, even the way they think. Okay. All together, there's a mutual understanding here. And this is a good placement for lovers, but it's a good placement for friends as well, because there's support there. The number one thing that causes issues in relationships is what? Lack of communication. The sexual life and communicating and finances. But communication is definitely up there amongst, the three. So having a relationship with someone to where you have some type of understanding or you're able to communicate is definitely beneficial for the relationship. I won't say that it's enough to keep a romantic relationship together, but it plays a very big part. It plays a very good part because a lot of times, even if you see partners drift away from each other, they tend to go to people that they can talk to and that can understand them. This placement can cause the two people to have a genuine friendship, because friendships, a lot of times we're friends with other people that understand us or that accept us for who we are. The sun in a person's third house can cause this effect, can bring this aspect alive, in a sense of, like, shoot, we down for each other. Like, people come up against us, we hear, we see it, we like that, we like that, like we like that, never mind. We eye to eye, like we see each other. I see you, you see me. So the sun person feels like the third house person gets what they're trying to express in life. They can help the sun sign person even understand themselves better. The third house person feels like the sun sign person gets them too. They understand them, but they expand their perspective, and they get them to come out of their comfort zone of the way that they think. The sun person could really help the third house person expand past thought processes that block them. They can all of a sudden feel like they're not blocked, and like anything's possible in the relationship, or just in life in general. So the third house person feels like the sun sign can help expand their vision, understands them, and they can do so without the third house person feeling like the sun sign person doesn't accept them for who they are. The sun sign is able to make the third house person feel comfortable, instead of the third house person feeling defensive and like, oh yeah, you're trying to change the way I think. They're more open to what the sun sign is trying to express through them. Sun sign can express things through them, and the third house person can find the words and communicate what the sun sign possibly wants to say, and vice versa. Like, the sun could feel like the third house person accepts them, like accepts their teaching and or is wanting to hear what they have to teach them, and is willing to learn. This is good a lot of times in relationships where there's like male and female, the male the sun, the female the third house, because a lot of times how men, they want to teach their women, and they want to say things that's so profound, and they want to be that voice of reason and support. Well, as the male here, as the sun sign, he's able to do that with the woman, and she's naturally like, okay, like, he can really teach me something, like he's really teaching me something, like I'm listening to him. And that can make him feel good, and proud and confident in his relationship. It's kind of like, see, my woman listens to me. So this is a good aspect to have in Synastry. It really is, because like I said, sometimes without that understanding and the communication there in the relationships, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me stop. So this has been sun in your partner's third house. Okay. I'm Butterfly Light, and you already know I'm gonna be back. Peace.